power. Whoever has written this is actually an outcome. Power to convince. Which is a matter of communication, listening, empathy, problem solving, all these come together to give you the power to convince. It's an outcome and not the effort. So we want to be convincing, but in order to be convincing, you need to have certain skills. All right, let's move to the next one. To sell effectively, I do the following. Please type your name before you start typing your answer. So whatever is your name, you write that and say, I do this to sell effectively. Maybe one sentence, a phrase. Let me listen to what you do to sell effectively.
You mean selling to one particular customer or overall?
By and large, what you think it works for you in selling.
Your sales, one line sales pitch. Is that what you say?
No. What do you do to sell? What do you do to sell? One liner. Understand the client's exact. So some of the answers. I study the customer before pitching. Very nice. I do research about the client extensively on all forums to sell. Talk about the service for 1/3 of the time. Understand customer requirement. Offer suitable solution. Listen to the customer requirement first. Very nice. So basically what has emerged so far is you are understanding and then trying to sell. Am I right? The question is, how do you understand? How do you understand is the key to the entire task, and that's what we will discuss. Let me move on. Sorry. Please rank the following in descending order for effective sales. So most important is ranked 1 and the rest follow. So the 5 options are product performance, industry knowledge, selling skills of the seller, customer approach, and understanding business dynamics. So which out of this 5 is number 1 for selling effectively? Interesting question, no? Makes you think. So far, around 22 people have responded. Best part is selling skills of the seller is number 5. I am not saying this. This is your collective response. Right? And what is on top? Which industry? That's the key. Is it the industry that you represent or the industry to which the customer belongs?
Customer belongs. There's no record.
How well do you know that industry? How much do you read? How much do you follow? I don't think people are putting in enough efforts to know that. How much do you understand the business dynamics of the customer? What is the customer's journey for his industry? Because every business is about customers. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business. And how is your product or service helping him to navigate his or her business dynamics? You gave an example of 4-5 months and some washer being replaced, right? So what value addition did it to your client to tackle his business dynamics? So material science is all about looking at material which is strong, light, environment friendly. So these are things which are, so the customer benefits in many ways. Some benefits which are very functional, some benefits which are more emotional, like for example use of jute bags. Somebody says that I only use jute bags, I always save water in manufacturing. All these stories, why are people saying? Because they are realizing that in their business dynamics, they have to be perceived as a company which is conscious about environment and sustainability. Right? So the point is, how do you understand the business dynamics? And this is the last question, I think. What is that one activity which has to take place for completing any sale? Trusting the seller, win-win, reference, handshake or kiss or hug? Well, handshake I knew, I'll try the other two next time. And you said gender neutral, so it's fine. All right, trust, team effort, solving problems, trusting. So somewhere this word trust is coming up very strongly. Which means if you don't trust the person who is trying to sell or trust whatever he is trying to sell, he may not be able to do a sale. Do you agree? So trust is emerging as a very strong word in this activity called selling. So the challenge is, how do you build trust? Mr. Poddar's example is a classic example of how to build trust. Now tell me about yourself. What is your most important skill which helps you to sell effectively? Think of yourself. What is that one skill that you think is the top of the list for you, which helps make the client laugh? Somebody is a stand-up comedian in this room. Am I right? Empathy, honesty, conviction, communication skill, listener, public relations, understand buyer, honesty. See, all these words, trust, honesty, credibility, they belong to the same gharana. And they are all linked to each other. And without that, you cannot achieve anything. All right. So we have reached the end of this presentation. Did you like this bit of the session?
Yes, very much.